Okay, so I'm off and I'm on my way home. I'm about to make this video. I just want to say this. Jealousy is something like we hear that word to and fro, back and forth and stuff like that. We all know there's haters. We all know haters are nothing but just envious people who hold in the demonic spirit. And I already explained why jealousy and envy is of the devil, because we all know that Satan envy God, and we already know, if you've been following my platform and stuff like that, you already explained how God feels about people like that. Jealousy and envy is something that I can't really comprehend or whatever. People can say a lot of things about me or whatever. One of the things that people majorly say about me, like the worst thing, is that my anger, like when I get mad, and it takes me a long time to get to just really, really just angry or whatever. Like sorry about that. Like I did the other day or whatever. It's like I get enraged in a certain way, because I feel like it's something about, I can't fathom the idea of someone being happy or whatever, and another person seeing it and trying to disrupt their peace and just poking. It's certain people or whatever, like for example, like me, how I know how I am, it makes me really, enrages me and gets me mad when certain people come at me, because I know how I am and my intentions. So for a long time now, I just overall just say people like that are devils or whatever, or weird or strange, but mostly just evil. But before, I could never, and you guys know, I couldn't fathom the idea, why would people do magic? People mad because you're being honest. People mad because you tell the truth. I understand if people are mad at doing magic and stuff like that, or hating because I'm exposing you on my page for being deceptive. But just, it's like certain people or whatever, especially people online who I followed, it's like I started noticing a little snooty attitude. And I like to tell my story so people can kind of understand like where I'm coming from and like how I think and what I've been through. But it's kind of like me, I'm the kind of person, like if I see somebody online, whether they have a lot of subscribers or they don't have that many, it's like I don't, especially if people just in general just are real and genuine and they doing their thing. If I see somebody who makes videos and stuff like that, like just like me, I'd be like, wow, and I share it on my page. I don't care how many followers they have, how many subscribers they have. It's like, because I wouldn't envy that person. If I see somebody who, even if I was just established or whatever, or if I got successful and it took me a long time to do it, or I'm just using for an example, and I see somebody else and they got there quicker than me and more than me, kind of like how I'm giving you an example, like Mo3 and Boosie. It's like, it's no way I would sit there, and because it's just not in me to do that. I don't care if a person has more knowledge than me or whatever, I would learn from that. You know what I'm saying? So when people sit up there and they harbor envy and they make smart comments, because I don't think like that. And another second said that before a long time ago that I followed. She was like, "Oh yes, honey, people are jealous or whatever." She said, but you don't understand it because you don't think like that. Now I understand it, but the only way I label it now, that I have a clear understanding that people hate just because out of envy or whatever, I just look at them as devils, because there's no way that I would do this. Like a lot of people, they do like real silly stuff that I would never do. Like I just could, like I said before, you guys have seen me. So a lot of the people that I have shared, not everybody, but a lot of the people that I have shared on my page before, which I deleted a lot, and not everybody I deleted did it. But I just, y'all know why I was deleting before, a lot of clutter. But a lot of people I shared on my page and I wrote stuff above it or whatever, cheering them on or doing this, they'll try to take a shot and stuff like that. Not all, but like I said, a lot. Like I told you guys before, and like I said, I like to use examples because I'm not the only one that's going through this. There's other empaths that are doing stuff like that. Like, I told you guys before, I wrote and I don't care who gets offended. The old me kind of was just like, yeah, it hurt. Like sometimes it offends you, and you get it's like your feelings get hurt. I'm not too bold to say that. Like my feelings get hurt, be like, dang, like these people are just really, they just don't. I'm a sensitive being, but I'm also real. I'm not finna sit up here. I don't put on fronts and stuff like that. After it kind of like hurts me a little bit, and I kind of be like, dang, it strengthens me in a way where it's like I don't trust people in a certain type of way anymore. But it's like people just do like silly stuff. Like I told you guys before, the girl or whatever. A lot of people I posted on my page for example, tarot readers. I've told you guys a long time ago, I posted something about earth angels, and one tarot reader was like, this person thinks she's an earth angel. It's like they try to, when people know how powerful you are or whatever, that's the only way they'll try to do that, to try to make you not feel as powerful, or try to make you not feel as important. But in reality, it's like, if you were a true chosen one, that wouldn't even cross your mind to do that. You wouldn't even do anything like that, especially if a person is not done anything to you or whatever, came at you wrong. That's why I said be very, very careful or whatever that don't overstep your I don't even know how to explain it in a way. Just don't get out of line with yourself or whatever, because it don't matter who gets on a platform and try to talk about I'm the most high, blah 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 blah. If you truly know the most high, it's just certain things in your character just won't do. Now, none is perfect or whatever. We all have a past, but it's just deliberately just trying to tear a person down, especially when you know their energy. The only time I would ever look at somebody and kind of like turn my nose up a little bit is if I'm looking at their platform, is if I know they silly, fake, and deceptive and manipulative, and that's gonna only last for too long, because after a while I'm not gonna watch you no more. Now, I'm trying to give y'all an example. Like I told you before, a lot of people that watch my platforms, especially like, and it started with family members. I'm not going to even say which ones, but certain family members, this is way before I cut everybody off. I'll get around them, and they'll mention something that I said on my page, like a subject that I know I had recently uploaded, but they won't never say, "Oh, I saw you upload this." They'll just act like, mention it. Have you heard of so and so? Have you heard of this? Have you heard of that? And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I talked about it on my page." I'm not freaking stupid. I'm highly intelligent, delayed in certain things. Like I said, people kind of think that I'm like an airhead and stuff like that because I'm delayed in certain things, but I'm highly, highly spiritual. I'm highly intuitive. So I'm just like a pro at like reading people and stuff like that. I'm good at reading books and stuff like that. I'm good at learning. I'm good at studying people and body language and stuff like that. But like sometimes basic things, it's like I'm not really good at math or whatever. I can count and stuff like that, but that's always been something I wasn't really good at. I've always been good at arts and reading and writing and stuff like that, and even speaking. Like I'm okay with speaking behind a camera, but I'll get anxiety around a lot of people, standing in front of people. It's just that's not, I just feel more comfortable. I don't like being around a lot of people, and it could just be. I think, like I said before, I've always been like that. Even when I was a little bit more sociable, I just don't trust people. I've been snaked too many times or whatever. I just left and right. People come at you left and right, left and right. I told you a couple of readers or whatever. I put on my page one reader or whatever. I was talking about my life path number, and I just put it. That's why when I put certain things up, I'm like, study your birth chart. So you'll look at your birth chart, you'll put it on your page, or you'll know more about you. Or if I'll be like, this is my life path number, go to this website and find out yours. Or if I put up quotes about my sign, I'll say, y'all, this is stuff on my sign, go find yours. And this reader or whatever, this is a little while back or whatever, like probably a month ago, something ago, or she got on her platform. She was like, yeah. She was like, are you guys a life path number 9? You guys, she said something about, life path number 6. Yeah, life path number 6, like this little snooty ass attitude or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. People like that, you're not a chosen person of God. It don't matter how. And I'm not saying nobody can't make mistakes, but it's like for you to even set it in your mind, especially if you're a reader and you know a person's energy, you know their intentions and stuff like that, and you know who they are, but yet you still take the time to get on your platform and do a little snarky. It's no way I watch somebody platform or whatever and be like, just like try to imitate it before another one or whatever. I'm not even gonna really get into this because I try not to watch it, because it's like I start getting enraged in a way, and I don't want to step out of character or whatever, because I'm not too much with going back and forth with people or whatever. It's like you know what I'm saying, if I can't take it to another level. And I'm not trying to say like fighting or whatever, but I just all that little chatty. I don't do all that. I'm not finna keep going back and forth with no female. I don't even like chat with females like that, but she just do like little silly stuff and poking the bear and sit up there and talk about the most high, and yes, the most high, and this and that, and your judgment, and you're gonna be judged or whatever. It's like, that's what I'm saying. God looking at you and don't even rock with you. You making messages about the most high don't rock with certain people. The most high doesn't rock with you. I don't know who told you that. I don't know, because you think you a psychic, you can read certain stuff. The most high doesn't rock with people like that. He knows you. If I know you fake, the most high know you fake. Yeah, so like I was saying, the Most High doesn't rock with you. People who are demonic or whatever and snaky and evil, they move alike, they think alike. That's why people can get up there and they can claim they work for the Most High, but they can snake you and they can throw shots and stuff like that and envy you and sit up in the front and try to act like they knowledgeable and they're a chosen person of God. If you notice, like when I've had so many people coming at me, I noticed they all move the same or whatever. They'll just, you know what I'm saying, with your nose snarled up and then sitting up there acting like you were chosen. The only way you can sit up there and act like you a chosen person of God and you're not, is if you're trying to, it's like you're really not trying to help people, you're just trying to put on the front to the world that you're actually, it's like you want to sound smart, but you're not really anointed or whatever. Because it's like, just like me, I don't ever think in my mind, oh my God, I'm gonna sound smart or whatever. Even when I just kept on having a whole bunch of channel messages, and I know like I have a sense of humor, but y'all already explained Hayokas, they have a rare funny sense of humor when they're teaching about God. We're highly spiritual, but we do it in a joking way or whatever. Even sometimes I don't be trying to be funny. Sometimes people may think I'm funny, and sometimes I try to be funny. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that people do. Righteous people of God, chosen people of God. It's like, this wouldn't even have to be explained to them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should have to break down and explain to you that you're not a chosen person of God if you taking shots and envying people. Nobody is perfect. But I said, when you're on your platform and you're claiming you're a chosen one, you're an earth angel, and you're supposed to be teaching others, and you're reading out judgment on people, or this person doing that, this person doing that, but you can't read yourself. You can't look at them cards and channel and try to see what the Most High thinks of you personally. And if you do channel it, there ain't gonna be no real raw message, because the Most High is not speaking to you. If God is with you, if God is in you, it's certain things you won't do, especially after a spiritual awakening, or just in general. Even when I was lost, it's like, if I was lost and I saw a girl that was kind of like, even like when I used to look at Shelley Lubin or whatever, it's like, when I saw that, and she really inspired me in a big way. Her and another girl, I can't think of her name right now, but they were ex-porn stars, and the way they spoke with authority, and I was like, wow, and it's like I admired them. And as I continue to watch different ones, it's like, after my awakening, I wanted to do that. Even though I'm shy, I wanted to do that. There's no way I would just follow Shelley Lubin and be like, and she even has hate videos talking about she trying to get attention. There's no way I just would look at that and be like, she thinks she too much. Y'all know she used to be a porn star. Like, come on, man. Like I said, but you sitting up there and acting like you a chosen person of God or whatever. So that's why I said, a lot of people, I don't know if they know that they not chosen, they just trying to put on a front, and they acting like the devil has no fooled, and they think they chose. I mean, you got to think about that. That's why I said, be careful what you reading out and reading. I don't care who gets offended, because some people, it's like, I'll like look at them and they'll say something silly, and I'll still watch, and I may still, just look, but then it's like, I'm not gonna ever, like, sometimes when I think back to what they did, I'm like, nah, I can't really just do it. I might still watch a little bit sometimes, some people, and then after a while I'm gonna start watching. But the fact that what you did and what you said, especially if you lied on me or whatever, when a person just sits up there and lies, and they know my energy, and they know I'm not doing nothing wrong, and they just intentionally throwing shots to be evil, to be ugly, it's like, how do you sit up there and you read out the other people doing this person is jealous of you, and they're doing black magic on you and stuff like that? How you gonna even let that come out of your mouth, and you a snake ass person that's sitting up there acting like a chosen person of God and doing it? That's what I'm saying. It's like, people, they put on fronts. The only reason why people do stuff like that is because they know you a real chosen person of God, and they envy that. Envious people throwing shots, jealous people that have way more than you or whatever, or look up publicly appear like they have way more views or whatever than you, and they still throwing shots. Yeah, like I said, so I'm sorry, I keep stopping my camera, but yeah, I'm on my way home or whatever. I had a long day at work. It's just like, sometimes I think that what kind of enraged me a little bit or whatever, because this ever since I've been on my platform or whatever, the psychics have been doing that. Not all of them. There's some psychics that have not flipped or whatever. They just stay consistent in their readings. They don't have no hate or envy in there, at least from what I've seen or whatever. But it's just it's like, I don't like when I share people on my platform and they throw shots. And to a certain extent, nobody owes you loyalty because you share them on your platform or whatever, and you say something nice about them. But it's just, I can't see myself doing nothing like that. Like, what kind of like really kind of put me like in an irritated mood or whatever was that guy over here that with that loud ass ghetto laugh or whatever. It's like I told you before, every time I post I hear that same laugh, and it's real loud and ghetto, which I don't really care or whatever. It's the only reason why I cared is because it was directed at me or whatever. But it's like, he just, for a long time since I've been living over here, it's like a real ignorant loud laugh or whatever directed at me. And so after he did that or whatever, I had went to the grocery store with my grandmother, and people who kind of know me or whatever, especially people in relationships, they know I can get very violent or whatever. Well, I don't do that anymore, but in the past I've been like kind of violent or whatever, and I can get enraged in a way, and I've calmed myself down a lot. But it take me a long time. It take a lot for me to get like that in my past. Like, you have to really disrespect me in a certain way. So I was getting some groceries and stuff like that, and all that building up, gang stalking, and laughing on every post. Remember, these niggas don't know me or whatever. I don't know none of their names. They watch my platform. I don't know them. I had never even seen him before yesterday. Only reason I knew who he was that loud ghetto ass laugh when I came outside. So I was getting my groceries out the car, and he said some real disrespectful whatever, talking about he was talking, it was a whole bunch of niggas out there, and he said something like what did he say? Talking about, oh yeah, she supposed to be losing weight, she getting groceries, loud ass laugh with her, and this nigga got a big old pot belly or whatever. And it's like I kind of like lost it a little bit in front of my grandmother or whatever, because it's like all those times I hear them laughing, but him laughing or whatever, that loud ass ghetto laugh, he's not the only one, but it's just his laugh stands out because it's real ignorant. And he did that, and it's like I just kind of flipped out for a minute, and I went off or whatever. And it's like when I hit, first I didn't say nothing or whatever. I was like, I went upstairs, and then I got enraged, and I wrote like a little short post or whatever, just being kind of like, it's because I was angry. And then I deleted it, and I went outside, and I said something or whatever. And it's just like, it's just, I don't like disrespect. It's no way I'm going to sit outside a nigga house every day that has spiritual messages, whether I think they a joke or not, or whatever. And it's like, really, in reality, these niggas know the truth or whatever. They just jealous because they not anointed and they not chosen and God is not with them or whatever. Because what if a person thinks somebody crazy, they ain't gonna sit up there and watch that shit every day. Only way you would do something like that is if you envy another person and you know God not with you, you have a demonic spirit in you. So when he did that or whatever, it's like it take a lot to get me like that. And it's like I kind of lost sight that my grandmother was right there. But it's just like, I don't like disrespect, and it's not even just niggas or whatever. Some people just like poking the bear. And I'm been on this video or whatever because I'm just being honest. It's like, I'm not sitting up here just talking about my problems, regardless of what people think this is my diary. But I'm just telling you why I am the way that I am or whatever. I'm real sweet. But certain people, that's why I like to say introverted and isolated, because some people, they like to bring certain characteristic traits out of you. Only way you can bother somebody, watch somebody that try to pester them, that you see is peaceful, happy, introverted, is if you're miserable in your own life. Because real people who love themselves and they happy, they worry and focus on themselves and bettering themselves or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like what somebody had to say, you ain't got to turn your nose up, don't watch me or whatever. That's kind of like how I feel about it. So that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, another thing, that little ghetto guy, whatever, motivational speaker, millionaire, whatever. It's like I'm not even finna keep going back and forth with him. He pissed me off. I told you guys before, I used to watch him in relationships and get real smart with my partner or whatever, the little drug dealer I was telling y'all about, the Scorpio X. And I would be like, you know how you be, this is before I even started sharing him on a platform, and this is years ago, and I'd be like, oh, you hear what he's saying? Because I thought he was so smart, and I respected him. I was like, man, this is a real guy, because a lot of the times it's not really that many black men I respect, because I feel like they just like, I just never seen like a black man that kind of like, that I like really, really respected or whatever, or did something honorable, or just somebody that made me be like, man, I want to have kids or whatever, and I want this person to be the father of my child, or I want to, it's nobody. It's like every black man that I've seen, and I'm not just saying, I don't want to just say black men, but I'm just saying black men because that's all I dated. It's like they just, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say too much because I don't like down talking my own people, but it's like I was like, yeah, he gangster, but he seemed like he real. So when he got on this platform and I just started sharing it, he started throwing shots. The first thing he threw was the weight thing. He got on one of his live, knowing I was watching it and shit like that, and talking about, yeah, this, and you a big ass nigga or whatever, talking about, well, regardless of whatever, people can say whatever they want to say, because I'm black, and I have a certain way that I feel about black men or whatever. I don't hate all black men, but to a certain extent, I kind of feel like they have like a little bit of ignorance about them. So when I saw he got on his page and he did that, and it was directed at me to be ugly or whatever. Yeah, he was directed probably to big girls. He was directed at me to throw shots. And a reader also told me that he thought I was acting too cocky or something. And he was like, who is this or whatever. That's why I said people, how yokers have a reputation for being rude, or people think that we're cocky and we're not cocky. That's why I get so much on readers who know the energy that I have. I'm a real sweet person. I'm loving, I'm kind, and I don't know. That's why I said I have to explain stuff. When I constantly upload stuff, and I'm like, oh, channel message. The reason I put it on there is so y'all can learn. Then now y'all know the knowledge too. I don't do that to try to sound smart and stuff like that. Because if it was really all about views for me or really about popularity, I would have been stopped or whatever. Because you see my views, they keep deducting, they keep stopping, they're doing magic, whatever they can to stop me. And too many people are trying to come against me. It's not about that. It's if God tell me to keep going, I'll keep going. Or you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I already know. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'm trying to work on looking up how to fix it, but I just, you know what I'm saying? And one of the ways I know, let me get off subject real quick. One of the ways I know that they doing some of my account is because my people you know list or whatever. I've been knew they've been some fishy with the views, but I'll go to my people you know list and it'll be long for a minute, and then all of a sudden I'll go and just look again, there'll be like 4 people on there or 5 people. So, and I know people have had, it's 2 people that have had my account information. One is a family member from years ago, I gave it to her. Account information, and my ex has it or whatever, but they said people are trying to stop it. They said somebody else is acting like you online. They're stealing your ideas. They don't want to give you credit. And somebody else said, make sure there's somebody else during the reading, make sure she don't get it. Just like I said before, this is not, when it comes to like spirituality, and Chosen was talking about God, this is not even, number one, you're not supposed to do that, period. But I'm not online trying to sell a product and the people are jealous and they want you to buy their product. This is about the Most High and channel messages. What he wants me to get. And it's like something that he called me to do. So when you step out of line and you let the devil use you to do stuff like that, your punishment is going to be death. I'm just going to say that. And it's like they keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's like no matter what the messages are or whatever, and they know that I'm the truth. No matter what the messages are, you see they keep putting them little porn bots in the porn center. That's why I say gang stalkers, their punishment needs to be death. They don't care, they don't listen. Even if you're online gang stalking, whoever you are, it's like their punishment should be death, because it's like it's not even they just don't listen. Look at what they're doing. They just don't stop. All that stuff that I'm saying, all the channel messages I'm getting out, everything I'm relaying to the public. Look at what the messages that you're trying to stop from getting out or whatever. But they don't do stuff like that to fake people. You know what I'm saying? It's like fake people, they don't, I'm not saying they can't get affected, but it's kind of like, it's like I try to question people's intentions, especially if they've had that happen to them, but you won't tell how to take it off because you see that person as competition. It's like, that's why I say the minute I learn something, I immediately share with other people so they can be knowledge and enlightened. My intentions are pure. If I ever figure out how to stop that, I'm going to share it online to other people to stop. Just like with the gang stalking about the freezer spill, I heard that through a reading or whatever, and I shared that online. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like people, they just do weird stuff and get up there and try to, but anyway, like I was saying, going back to the ghetto guy or whatever, millionaire, whatever, it's like he just, you know what I'm saying? It's like you look at people differently or whatever, and like I said, I'm not judging all black men on that, but it's like it just, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I was nowhere I look at him and hear him talking about his wife and she don't want to give me no sex, and I'm like, yeah, nigga, that's because she using you for your money or whatever. You know, I said that yesterday or whatever to kind of get back or whatever for little stuff that he said on about my story or whatever, because I can't go tit for tat and I can hear some low blows or whatever. People don't even know me that well, but it's like I just won't see him and be like, yeah, you like them big gold digger woman. They don't want you though. They're using you for your money or whatever. That's why she don't want to give you no sex, because she wants you to pay her. She ain't really attracted to you. Like, I don't even. It's like, but he looking at my story talking about you don't want to be an engaged widow and you should be married and women are here to serve. That's fine. I don't care about that. But when it's directed at me, you know what I'm saying? It's just like constant. It's another reader or whatever, with the same reader I'm talking about, who always talking about the Most High and proper and this and this and that. And she does little silly stuff on her community board and put, like, you know, I put those little definitions and stuff of when I'm writing or whatever. I just like doing stuff like that because I like looking up definitions, so I do it. Not to be cute in them, I just like doing it so people can know the meanings of words. And just in general, something I like to do is my platform, and she put that on her community board. My camera keeps stopping. I'm sorry, y'all. But like I said before, like when people do things that you know you wouldn't do and you know you close to God, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like certain things that people do that it's like you can't really bounce back or backtrack from. It's one thing to kind of like mess with somebody and tease somebody a little bit, but then it's like certain things that people do, especially if they know that other people are watching and you're trying to put them on your platform. And it's like people I put on my platform, not everybody, but a lot of them have just like one girl, like I told you before, this one reader I keep talking about, who just acts like she's so intelligent, she's so chosen or whatever. And I've exposed her before. She just does like little silly stuff, poking the bear. I write something, she'll put some silly in her little community board and stuff, but never directly. That's why I said, if you're so big, bad, and bold or whatever, and you can say whatever excuse you want to make, say it directly. But they know if they say it really, if they really, if you're really truly enlightened like you claim to be, then you know you're not supposed to play with certain people like that or whatever. And you already know that you're gonna get karma for that. You already know. That's why I said it's like they put the wrong people in the forefront. People put their own self in the wrong how do you say it? Not even the wrong field. It's like you giving yourself a title as a chosen one, and God didn't give you that title or whatever. And it's like nobody should even have to tell you nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody should have to tell you that you don't get online as a tarot reader or whatever, a spiritual judge, and sit up there and lie on somebody. Nobody should have to tell you that you don't go. It's like certain things that, like I said, people just say and do or whatever. And it's like I'll still watch a little bit, and it's like, you know, you learn certain things and stuff, but just overall in general, your character, it's like certain things I just can't forget or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes people rub me the wrong way. And after a while, it's just I just will write them off and won't watch them no more. So that's all I want to say is like you need to, if you know you offended somebody. And that's another thing. People don't even have the balls to even apologize. If I know one guy or whatever that was online, he made a snarky comment, but it's like I thought that he was talking about me in his videos, and I was like, what? And blah 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 blah. And then I realized he said something like subliminally that he wasn't. And then it's like I had to catch myself, and I was like, oh, I thought he was talking about me. I was like, my bad, and offer some advice or whatever. But it's like people, they just you know you lied on somebody, and you just sitting up there acting like you didn't do it. But don't forget that God wrote that down and God saw it. And true chosen people of God, their enemies. True chosen people of God who have enemies, their enemies are God's enemies. So you got to think about that. Even if people who are evil, they serve a different God. They think they serving the Most High, but they not serving the Most High, because the Most High doesn't approve of behavior like that, because he was treated like that when he was down here. It's just he uses certain people or whatever to test us, and so we can learn from them or whatever. When God comes back to destroy this world, he is not going to be freaking playing with none of these people. It ain't gonna be no, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna be nothing taken lightly or whatever. You gotta think about that. The fiery flames of hell is gonna be a lot of people that are gonna experience harsh, strong judgment. And it's like you can't do anything when you experience it, because it's like God already told you. He sent a messenger to tell you of what's to come, or what his word says, and you laugh at him and you think it's funny or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not even, I don't even think these people think it's funny. I think they just be trying to pester me and get on my nerve or whatever, because they ignorant and they know that I'm like not into that type of stuff. So we'll just say that or whatever. But that's all I have for right now. I'll probably do a couple of more channel messages later.